This is a decision more than half a century in the making.
You know, we've been telling you about a proposed overhaul to zoning in the city of Knoxville for 2 years now. Tomorrow, city leaders voting on a first reading of Recode Knoxville.
New here at 4, WATE 6 on your side. Reporter Blake Stevens breaks down what's in Recode Knoxville.
Where you live, where you work, where you shop, it's all determined by zoning. You may not want your home next to a landfill, a massive apartment complex, or a mall. Zoning rules tell you what you can build and where you can build it. Recode Knoxville changing those rules for every property in the city. By the way, there are more than 73,000. Invest in the aging parts of our city, protect existing neighborhoods, and connect it all together. That's the vague objective of Recode Knoxville on its website. It would actually change every property in the city, or parcel as it's known in the zoning world.
There's a lot of things in it that need to be passed. It's just we need to make sure that we take enough time to read the document before we pass it and review the map.
Councilwoman Lauren Ryder still looking over the zoning changes. She wants property owners in her North Knoxville district to know how they do or do not affect them.
It's about the future. So if you have empty parcels, the zoning changes impact what you can do with that in the future.
Zoning has not been updated citywide in more than 5 decades. To put that into perspective, they were last changed the same year the Shields-Watkins Field became Neyland Stadium. It was more than 20 years before the World's Fair came to Knoxville. Planning officials explaining zoning then was created to grow outer parts of the city. So what happened? People moved their homes and their businesses. This left inner Knoxville without enough housing, transportation, jobs, and shopping to keep up with a growing population. There have been a few dozen public meetings, 5 workshops, and a lot of changes, but the council is still split on whether it's time for a vote.
We still have a lot to discuss and finalize. I honestly feel like we're months away from a final vote. It's time, in my opinion, to go ahead and address the whole thing.
I would think that we want at least 30 days from the issuance of the final draft to review.
Ryder agrees. She's looking over the new map at neighborhoods like this, zoned R1A, which allows single-family homes and duplexes today, making sure Recode doesn't allow something vastly different, like an apartment building. It's actually going to an RN2, which only allows single-family homes and duplexes. Recode allows accessory dwelling units. They're basically mini houses, but your lot has to be a certain size, the owner has to live on the property, and you have to have a certain amount of off-street parking. Recode also proposes changes along some of the city's major roads, like here on Broadway. It would allow a mix of apartments and business in areas that isn't allowed today, like here at the Broadway Shopping Center. It allows developers to build 5 stories high, even taller in some places. The goal is to make more room for people while making areas of the city more walkable. To see this in action, think about Happy Holler. For a more exaggerated picture, think about Cumberland Avenue. Think about all that foot traffic in the area. Knoxville Mayor Madeline Rogero fully supportive of this change.
Council will soon vote on Recode, and I fully support its passage.
But she may not have the votes. Bo and Lori, Recode right now is a very hot button issue in Knoxville. You know, coming up at 5 and 6, I'll show you some of the changes that homeowners and developers are excited to see, and I'll show you why others are not ready for Recode.
Let me ask you this, though. Say this passes, okay, and you live in a neighborhood and you're not crazy about some of the changes coming. Will those people have a say?
Well, if there's a change they don't like, they can apply for a change at no cost for 1 year. And guys, there's something called a public stakeholder advisory committee. They were started when this all Recode conversation started to keep an eye on potential impact of Recode. There is an effort right now to keep that in place if Recode passes.
Okay. Blake, well, you'll be talking to you again at 5 o'clock. So
all right, sounds
appreciate
good.
it, my friend.
It's addressing a lot of people's fears.
A lot of people are talking about this, and there's no question.
Big stuff here. To find out exactly how Recode could impact your home or business, go to our website, WATE.com. Click on the As Seen On section.